Hello and welcome to PSM Speak. Elections to 18th Lok Sabha were concluded on the other day, 1st June, started on 19th April, and they were held in 7 phases, and so efficiently and successfully, peacefully conducted and concluded. And the Election Commission deserves praise. We should appreciate the work of the Election Commission and the staff, the employees who worked all over the country to successfully conduct these elections. Largest election exercise in the world, undoubtedly. As you know, our population 1.45 billion, and of them 968.8 million registered voters. To conduct these elections, 10.5 lakh polling stations were required. This tells how big the election process was in India. And 1.5 crore, how big is this, the number? That is bigger than the population of some countries, not a few. As you know, we have 195 countries. Of them, 122 countries have population less than 1.5 crore, less than 15 million. Only 73 countries have population above this 1.5 crore figure, which means the number of employees worked for successfully conducting the elections was such a huge. To tell that I am giving the example. Then it is good that the elections were successfully conducted by these employees all over the country, the polling officers, security personnel, all. But one unfortunate thing, a first-hand information I had, a lady who participated in the elections was telling 5 persons were sent to all five women were sent to a remote village for conducting elections. Yes, people have got to go and conduct elections everywhere, nothing wrong in that. And they were required to stay overnight there, that is also necessary, as you know. But only one constable was there to take care of their security. Where the village, nobody knew when does any problem erupts. It's not abnormal in an environment where different political parties are in cutthroat competition, rivalries, and they required security. That was not taken care. And she was telling that this is not the case with her team. Her colleagues elsewhere, she is from the education department, was telling that had similar experience. More than that, they did not get adequate, proper food, water, let alone food and water. There were no toilets. If at all there was one bathroom, that was not in a usable condition. When women were sent there with inadequate security, the minimum needs of them, food, water, toilet facility, were not taken care. Now we have seen the news that the persons who were sent on election duty protesting, the teaching community, that we were not given the facilities required, minimum facilities required. We have also seen the news that in the heat wave, some people lost their lives. So whenever we talk of the employees and government employees, we hear some complaints from certain quarters that the employees are corrupt. There is corruption in government. Yes, I do agree there is, but not every employee is corrupt. I do agree corruption should be tackled. But who is responsible for the corruption? It is the bad administration, inefficient government. It should be prevented and controlled. There is no dispute on that. But when we are talking about the requirements and minimum needs of the employees, this is something not very relevant now. Not only during election time, we remember when there was COVID-19, Corona. We all know how bad is our healthcare system. There was no preparedness when Corona became widespread. We know how the medical industry, those who were doing business, the hospitals in the private sectors, many of them, and the industry made windfall profits, huge profits. But those who are working in the hospitals, the doctors, they did not get proper food. They were afflicted with the corona disease while treating the patients. Those who were assisting them, the paramedical staff, were also victims. Their minimum needs were not taken care. The police personnel who were working round the clock, they too did not get their minimum needs during curfew time. Also other employees who were providing essential services. Why even the bank employees? The financial services were essential. Banks were required to provide those services. And in the process, they made sacrifices. So these were not adequately recognized. Of course, the elections are very essential for our democracy, and we should be proud of the successful conducting of the elections, and we should do it. And coming to Corona, it's not something like man-made catastrophe. We can understand the limitations of the governments in dealing with that, although the governments did not do to the extent possible and expected, all right. But what about this demonetization? How many people died, and who is responsible for those deaths? The bank employees claimed, we have also shown this in our channel, that 10 persons died at that time. Some 100 innocent people lost their lives standing in the long queues in front of the banks. These are the victims, the employees. They should be appreciated for their good work, and they should be compensated for those who lost their lives. Not only that, we should learn lessons from these happenings. And the elections are regular, but these inconveniences shouldn't be recurrent. Learning from these lessons, looking at the deficiencies where the machinery did not take enough care to provide minimum needs to the electoral staff, should plan well and take necessary action hereafter. Let's appeal through this channel the government and election commission to take these things serious in future and take all the preventive steps necessary to stop the recurrence of these flaws. Thank you so much for so patiently watching this video. Please do subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it already. As you know, subscription is free, but it greatly encourages me to present to you more videos of this type and more frequently. Thank you.